great day. My name is Brother Hess, and I'm bringing to you step 2, identifying the problem. Identifying the problem consists of us actually taking time to really look at what is going on. What are the issues that need to be confronted? Basically, we do this from a three-point setting. The number one is violence and manipulation, as well as other actions being inflicted on others. When we're speaking about this, we're speaking about how hurt people hurt people. Now, some people say, okay, well, we deserve to hurt these people because of this, or we deserve to hurt people because of that. But in truth and actuality, no one has the right to hurt another human being. We're not God. We didn't create one another. Even if I'm your mother, there's only so much that I can do once you become grown to be able to ask or require certain things from you. You know, every person has their own mind frame, and nobody can make anybody do something. Unfortunately, that's the reason why we have prisons. And as you can see, I have deeply embedded myself into one. We know that violence is one of the main problems in our inner city communities, in our prison systems, as well as in our different outer county areas, our school systems, the bullying. These are the things that we have to look at. You know, the manipulation, you know, playing as though we are one person in front of our other children, in front of our parents, in front of our teachers, in front of our siblings, in front of our street people, in front of the pastor, in front of, I mean, it's like we got a different mask to put on in front of somebody. The manipulation, we have to see that that is a problem. Why can't I be me around everybody? Why do I have to portray one thing around mom and then have to totally change up that system when I'm around tough people? You know, that's not what you call adapting. That's not adapting. Adapting means that you are able to be who you are and adapt to an environment in a way where you can understand, not be understood. When you come in feeling like you have to wear a mask and portray an image to be understood in a certain environment, then that's not being you. And so this is a manipulative form that we usually take on in order to be able to be accepted from day one, instead of allowing people to accept us for who we are. And so these are the problems that we want to confront when we go into step 2 in identifying the problem. It's very important that we see that we have an issue with being who we are. We have an issue with allowing other people to be where they're at. We want to make people into who we want them to be in order to gain our own advantages in life, instead of working for these advantages. You understand? So this is a problem. Also, we look at emotional insecurities. We look at emotional immaturity that places one under pressure to conform to the ways of others, and an unwilling attitude to speak about issues before one acts out. You know, we have a tendency to act out before we even take time to go and ask for advice, to get clarity on a matter or an issue, to gain an understanding. I love you guys. Okay, where are we at? We was talking about identifying the problem. We were speaking about how we want to portray, you know, certain ideologies and concepts that don't coincide with who we really are. You know, it's like, it's like my mentor once told me, emotionally, we're still stuck at the same age that we were when we were young kids. You know, it's kind of crazy how, you know, you got men who are 24, 34, 44, and even 54 years old who are still acting like they did when they get emotionally unsettled when they were 11 and 14. How is that? Why is that? Well, I want to explain something to you. A lot of us, when we begin to wear that mask, when we put that mask on, we stop growing emotionally. We stop maturing emotionally. Meaning that we begin to stop allowing ourselves to utilize, a certain mature level, a certain spiritual level to help us to continue to learn how to react and respond to certain situations that we were involved in. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you see a person that's 44 years old, 34, 24, 18, and they're still, crying out, ah, unleashing havoc, hitting people, you know, trying to impress other people in a way that it's not logical as a man or a woman. These are people who are portraying a character instead of growing up emotionally and becoming who it is that they're supposed to be in order to communicate what it is that they want to get across as an understanding so that both people can be understood. And if one of these people are immature, then we accept them and we allow them to be where they're at. But instead, a lot of us are so emotionally still immature and young to the point where even though we're grown, we still act like little kids. Meaning we get upset and we break things. We get upset and we lash out at people. Meaning we get upset and we close up and I'm not going to run off. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, you're going to show me by going out and getting into trouble? Who's hurting when you end up locked up? Who's hurting when you end up in the hospital bed? Who's hurting when you end up dead? I'm still living. But because you can't accept certain things and issues and ways of life, in my understanding, now you're going to go out and hurt someone? Or have yourself hurt? That's crazy. Now you're going to go out and do drugs to medicate what you just need to live through? They say emotions make you cry sometimes. Emotions make you act out sometimes. And that's true if you have not matured emotionally. Our emotions don't have to dictate what we do and how we act. They don't have to dictate what we begin to be controlled by. We are spiritual beings. But we allow our emotions to come on top of our spiritual understandings by using a method that we call the blame game. Where we actually rationalize and minimize, distort truths in order to be able to achieve a feeling of comfort by doing the things that are immature that we choose to do. That means we got to go back. We got to go back to that childhood state. And we have to begin to redevelop. These are some problems that we have to confront in ourselves and in some of our best friends. Some of our parents never grew up emotionally. You understand? Some of our OGs and some of our big brothers and big sisters and, some of the people that we look up to, even our grandparents. Some of them are still emotionally unstable. And that does not give us an excuse to be unstable too. We have to ask people who are mature emotionally.